Good morning, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world. You've tuned into the Mac City Morning Show. I am your host, Elliot Pierre, and we're going to start this episode off on the same note we start every episode off, with a moment of gratitude. I know that you could be doing a million other things with your time, and the fact that you spend it with us truly does mean the world to me, so thank you. On that note, Tanner, hit him with the intro. And we are back. Big shout out to our sponsor for today's episode, Colin Hartigan and Coldwell Banker. It's Sunday and we're doing our special episodes here, so thank you very much for your support. As you know, I don't introduce my guests because they can do a better job at that than myself. So can you please tell everybody at home who you are and what you're about?
Hi, my name is Lyn Pauls and I'm with Coldwell Banker. I'm a realtor in Fort McMurray with over 25 years experience.
Nice. Now, Lyn, how long have you been in Fort McMurray?
Oh, my family, we moved here August the 8th of 1967.
Oh, wow. So you've seen a lot of change in this community.
Yep, a lot of change. Gravel roads coming up, no shoulders on the highway.
Yeah.
Suncor was great Canadian oil sands back then. And
right.
Yeah, wasn't much of a city back then.
No. Like I know my parents moved here in like the late 70s, and they tell me like, yeah, when you were driving up Highway 63, like that was gravel. Like 63 was not paved. If you thought it was bad before they twinned it, like come up there.
It was, when we come up, my sister would say, Mom, when are we getting out of the trees? Because it was just a road and it just narrowed in the trees and stuff. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. So back then, did Up the Hill really exist? Like I know Timberley definitely didn't, but was Thickwood even in place?
No, not
then?
quite. Well, the early 70s is when that basically started.
Right.
Waterways, downtown, Beacon Hill had started.
Yeah.
My dad used to run a reel-to-reel TV channel from 7 to 11.
Okay.
And he had to clear a bunch of area in Beacon Hill to set up the thing in that too. So area.
Cool.
They were all areas back then, right?
Yeah. Wow. And so what school did you attend? Me and Tanner always ask like people who like grew up here if they went to like Composite High School, Father Merck, and whatever.
Well, started off at Father Turcotte.
Yeah.
And then went to St. John's. St. John's is where the Superstore it used to be there.
Yeah.
And then to Comp.
Okay, so that's another
Westwood and all that wasn't around.
So Tanner's winning. Tanner went to Comp. And so we have like an ongoing competition, like Merck versus Comp. So unfortunately, you're helping him out.
Well, us older ones will all be,
Yeah. Okay. So why did you decide to stay in Fort McMurray?
It's a good place. I love it. It's a bunch of good people. My family's been here most of the time. My husband's here. He's got a great job. We love the outdoors. We're very outdoorsy people. So it's right out your back.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Now, when I came in, for the people at home, you can't see it, but I came in wearing some beautiful beaver mitts that I just received for my birthday, and I have like a rabbit hat over there as well. You were telling me that you're contemplating getting into making some of this.
Well, I'd like to do a little bit. My husband is a hunter and a trapper.
Okay.
And absolutely beautiful. And I walk a lot, and so the warmth, as you know, warmth of it. And there's just something about it I think is so beautiful. And going to Edmonton, like Buckskin Leathers or different places, the leathers they have and the furs and stuff. So I wouldn't mind maybe doing a little bit of that in the winter hobby kind of thing. Yeah,
it's a game changer. Like growing up here, like I'm used to the cold, but like I find the gloves, although that I've been purchasing prior to, they probably are warm. Well, they are warm when you go down south. If I go into the mountains or if like I'm in Edmonton or Calgary, like those gloves are fine. But when you get into like the minus 30s and 40s like we get here, like the gloves aren't rated for those.
Nope.
So anyways, recently for a birthday gift, my family all chipped in and got me these gloves.
Incredible.
Game changer.
Yeah, beautiful.
Like so hot and so warm. Like my hands have never been warmer in my life.
Go out walking in the mornings and it's 30, 40 below even.
Yeah.
And with my hat, I'll pull down the top, down the ears,
Yeah.
got my gloves on, and it's actually warm.
Yeah, it's a game changer.
Yeah.
So without giving me the address that you live at, what part of the community do you currently reside in?
We're in Timberley.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've known Fort McMurray for quite a long time. You've been here for a bit. Why did you pick Timberley as your residency?
I've lived downtown. That's where we first lived. And then Abisan was the first place that I bought. Okay. Abisan was great because it was central, easy to get to and stuff.
That's right.
But we decided to build a house. And basically back then in, I think it was '04, Timberley was basically the area. Highest, resale values, things like that. And it was all the newer area. My husband's out at Suncor, so easy for him.
That's right. Nice. So you said you've been a real estate agent for how many years now?
I was licensed in '97, so 25 years.
Wow. And so what spoke to you about this industry?
I love dealing with people. I was in the dental field. I worked at Safeway from '80 to '85, the bank from '85 to '87. Then '87 I went to the dental office till '97.
Okay.
A good friend of mine is in real estate and was in then, and I talked to her, and I needed a change in life, and I love dealing with people.
Right.
She gave me her books to have a look through, and I just thought, this might be something of interest, and never looked back.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, there are a number of different brokerages that you could potentially work for, but you find yourself here at Coldwell. Why did you choose this brokerage to work with?
Well, like I said, I've been licensed for 25 years. I've only been with Colin to be 3 years now. I was with another brokerage before.
Yeah.
I just really found from what I've heard and from knowing Colin, he's a great broker. He's hands-on. He's there to help me succeed. He's not there to compete against me.
Right.
And he'll give us whatever tools is possible to help us succeed.
Yeah.
And I really like that about Colin. I like his energy. I like his focus. And I like that he really likes to help his employees. And he loves Fort McMurray, as you can tell. We all love YMM.
Yeah, no doubt. So you said something that just jogged my memory. You worked at Safeway? And Safeways don't really exist anymore. Not here anyways.
No, well, not unfortunately here,
So what Safeway location were you at?
Downtown, because I was 80 to 85. And I trained when we got the new tills up in the Thickwood, because it had opened up then.
Yeah.
But
And so what did you do there?
I cashier and front-end supervisor back then.
Okay. Yeah, that's a
wore a brown little uniform and stuff, too. Yeah,
I
it was a
love
great job.
Safeways. Like, just the look of them. And the one thing I remember, especially from the downtown and somewhat the uptown location, was the bakery. I remember my mom used to bring me there, and you would just smell like the baked goods, because they must have been baking like first thing in the morning.
Oh, yeah. They come in like 4 in the morning or something like that and start.
Yeah. Okay. And then when you were a dental...
I did reception.
Reception. Okay. Yes. Which place were you
Plaza 2 Dental.
Oh.
10 years there with Dr. Brown.
Did you know Barb...
Yep. North.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, when you're from Fort McMurray, you can put those connections together.
It's surprising. People say, not too many people live here long. But when you're an old-timer like me, you know a lot of old-timers.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily stand out.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of people that were born here and still here.
100%.
Fort McMurray is a great community. It's what you make of it.
That's right.
We've got people from all over Canada, all over the world.
Yeah.
And like I said, sure, we're a little secluded, but we work hard, we make good money, we get out of Dodge, we enjoy it. We come back and enjoy again.
Yeah, couldn't agree with you more. Myself and Tanner were both born and raised here, and I remember when the community was smaller, you might not know the person by name, but you recognize faces. And I remember as a kid, like going down to Edmonton or Calgary, or even like going to Toronto or Vancouver, no matter where you traveled, you would bump into somebody from Fort McMurray and you'd be like, hey, what's up? And you're like, hey. And then my cousins would be like, oh, do you know that person? Like, no, but they're from my hometown.
I was sitting on the beach in Australia, and I had 2 guys come up to me and say, hey, you're Lyn Pauls, aren't you? And I was like, because my travel agent, Don Wenzak at the time, had said, oh, Lyn Pauls, and I was working at Safeway, and I'd ran for Winter Carnival Princess, and I'd won. And so I was
congratulations.
Visible, right?
Yeah.
So they recognized me. I didn't know them, but it was so cool. I've been in Mexico. I don't know how many times in Mexico you run into people you know, or people that was there and say, oh, I ran into somebody that knows you. Or, it's still a small world.
Yeah, it really is. Well, listen, Tanner just walked in, and he tapped his phone, so that means we are out of time. Short and sweet, it flies.
Excellent.
That being said, before I cut you loose, everybody gets a shameless shout out or plug. So you have the mic, the camera, the lights. Have fun.
If you're interested in buying or selling, I would love to help you out. Please give me a call, 780-713-5147.
There we go. Well, everybody at home, thank you so much for tuning in. It does mean the world to me. Big shout out to our title sponsor, Colin Hartigan and Coldwell Banker. We do appreciate your ongoing support. Hope everybody at home is having a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
What a deadly old way to end another morning show. Later, boss.
It's so ballistic!
Talk about quenching your ugly thirst.